Let me get centered. Om. All right, guys, let's hop into this abundance mindset. Let's talk about an abundance mindset. Finally. So, first, what I would like to get everyone to understand is an abundance mindset is just that, a mindset. Notice I didn't say how to attract abundance or how to get abundance or how to manifest abundance. When abundance becomes your mindset, it becomes your lifestyle. Abundance is an energy current. As a matter of fact, let me open up a blank Google tab so I have more light on my face. Ah, I'm brighter. Okay, cool. There we go. All right. So, we've all had a lot of 3D programming where we have this concept that abundance is something separate from us, outside from us, that we have to work hard to get. We have to grind our face off to get just to survive. It's scarce. And this is really a belief that keeps a lot of people living in lack and scarcity. You first have to identify as abundance itself. Why would this be the case? Because your source having a physical experience. Source is absolute abundance. This means your spiritual DNA, your spiritual identity is absolute abundance itself. When your identity is abundance, abundance is able to effortlessly share the same space with you because birds of a feather. You're just sharing the same space with different aspects of yourself that are on the same frequency because you identify as abundance. So this is a mindset shift where you're shifting out of duality. The duality is that abundance is something separate from you that you have to get. It's not you. It's something outside of you, and you have to, do all kinds of crazy things to try to get this thing called abundance. When you identify as abundance, then everything in your life, not only that's on alignment with abundance, is able to share the same space with you, but that abundance energy, mindset, identity filters into every aspect of your life, bleeds into every aspect of your life. People coming from the 3D matrix, they believe, abundance are these little green pieces of paper that we have to chase, and it's outside of us and it's not us. But when you're stepping into more of unity consciousness, abundance becomes your identity. And when that bleeds into the rest of your life, now you understand that there's such a thing as abundance of happiness, abundance of joy, abundance of gratitude for the miracle of the present moment, and an abundance of just love, an abundance of gratitude for life. That is a very expanding, receptive type of energy where things are allowed to effortlessly flow to you. There's no resistance there. When you're living from the space of duality, and abundance is something separate from you that you don't believe is you, that you got to go out and get, there's resistance there. And it's hard for that to share the same space with you if you're not vibrationally aligned with it. It's something foreign to you. It's something outside of you. It's something that you got to go get. It's not you. Then, also the beliefs behind it that you need to grind your face off, as Gary Vee says, to go get it, and hustle, 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 as we do here in the West. Of course, that works. There's guys like Elon Musk. He has 120 hour work weeks. That works, yeah. But you don't need to overwork and work hard to get this concept of something that you believe is scarce and outside of you. You just identify as it, and then it effortlessly shares the same space with you. Now, I do want to make it very clear that you will have to take physical action to receive something physical. It's not going to just pop out of the sky and land on your head. you are going to have to take physical action, but that physical action to receive what you're in alignment with is brought to you, and then you take the physical action to receive it. That's a lot less effort than going out and just, grinding your face off, as they say. So there's just an easier way to do things. And again, that abundance mindset, it bleeds into every aspect of your life. You might be in a survival situation right now where money is your main thing, and that's okay. But when you get the money, you're going to move out of that survivalistic state. That's the lower three chakras. The lower three chakras are the survival chakras. The top three are the higher consciousness chakras. Once you start moving into higher consciousness, you start moving more into vibrational alignment with unity, more in alignment with the dominant frequency of source, which is love, and less in alignment with the dominant frequency of ego, which is fear, which means that it's no longer going to be about survival. It's going to be about expansion, blessing, living in the moment, and enjoying life without the ego off into the future, fear-mongering, right? You're going to be able to enjoy the present moment in a state of peace because you simply are abundance, and abundance shares the same space with you. Is that resonating with you guys? One on the dot. Woo! Make a wish. Yesterday was a dark day? Okay. I don't know why this seems like if I get closer to the camera, it gets darker. I'm gonna get back here. There we go. All right. I'm in the light. 3D, 5D, 3D, 5D. Let me go to the 3D here. Is it gonna get dark? All right. I'm clowning around, guys. Your personality and humor make all the difference, which is why we're willing to wait on the technical difficulties. I appreciate you, Christine. Thank you. Sending much love and blessings to Chris. Oh, I'm in the dark. I'm in the 3D. I'm in the shadow. I'm doing some shadow work, guys. Light and love to you, Christine. Thank you very much. Lisa says, so true. Thank you. Right. It's hard not to smile. I appreciate that. Oh, Yolanda says, yes, indeed it does. You get what you give in blessings to others. I found the universe takes care of its own. Has to. The universe is everybody. The camera can take your can't take your magnificence. I appreciate that, BT. All right, guys, so let's jump on to the next little thing here. Now, this is something that I think of a lot of us don't take a present inward look at what energy we're standing in when we're trying to step into an abundance mindset. If you're having an issue with abundance, ask yourself if you are standing in wounded masculine energy. Wounded masculine energy is that over anxious, overthinking, overdoing, over frantic energy where it has you on this wild goose chase out in the matrix, trying to get this and trying to get that and trying to survive, and if it's not showing up, then where is it and when is it going to come? And that's wounded masculine energy. I have a theory. Like I feel like the ego has an anxious attachment style. Do you guys notice that as well? Like the ego is that that anxious attachment style. That's the ego's love language, anxiety. Right? The ego has this attachment, this anxious attachment style with, where is it? When is it coming? What's happening? I need to have control. I need to be over controlling. I need to control everything. Everything's about me. And we got to tell the ego to calm down. Get all that anxious excess energy out of my space. Go sit at the kiddie table. We got big boy stuff to take care of. It's like that little chihuahua nipping at your ankles. It's like, stop. Calm down. But, if you're standing in that wounded masculine energy, that's not the frequency of abundance. That's a survival energy. That is a closed off, constricted, frantic state of not trusting the process. That's the ego not having all the answers, wanting to be in control. When the ego is not in control, it thinks it's a survival threat and you're in fight or flight. So we got to be able to be in our sovereign power and our identity as abundance itself throughout the day, not just meditation. Don't just meditate, and then you connect with yourself as abundance, and then as soon as you're finished meditating, well, where is it? I don't see it. What's going on? What's happening? Because you just jumped right back into that wounded masculine energy. So you want to go within, dial up that divine feminine energy. Remember, I was telling you guys that divine feminine energy is attractor energy. It's inward energy. You're pulling things to you. You're pulling things that are in vibrational alignment with your inner frequency. This is what dialing up the divine feminine is all about. Masculine energy is outward energy. It's go out and do. And then wounded is overdoing, over controlling, over anxious. So you have to be on the same frequency of receiving. You have to be on the same frequency of expanding. Wounded masculine energy is contracting. It's a closed off state of resistance. This is why the things that you want are bouncing off of your energetic field, because they're not a match. So you've got to go within, dial up that divine feminine energy, and really align with your true essence as life force energy. If source consciousness, that doesn't resonate with you, certainly life force energy or life energy has to resonate. Look around at life. If I look out the window, all I see is abundance. I don't see a shortage of grains of sand. I don't see there's a shortage of blades of grass. There's birds everywhere, trees. I don't think there's a shortage of air molecules, right? This is life. This is life force energy, and you are life force energy. Matter of fact, life force energy is pretending to be you. Life force energy is pretending to be Christine. Life force energy is pretending to be Katrina. Life force energy is pretending to be BT. This means your actual identity is life force energy. Life force energy is absolute abundance. Life is not in survival mode, guys. Life is not, struggling to make it. It's the ego that makes you believe that you're in survival. It's the ego that makes you believe that you're struggling to make it, because you're looking at the physical appearances of the physical, which are just the survivalistic thoughts of yesterday that have manifested into today. This is why you're seeing what you're seeing. I know you guys always kind of connect when I give my personal examples. And several years ago, when I was wanting to transition from mortgages to YouTube full time, I remember I was on vacation in the Midwest, and I was walking in this park, and the ego is just having the field day. Well, how are we going to do this, and how are we going to do that? And you need to make this, and you need to make that, and you need to do this, and how's it going to happen? How? What are the cursed hows? What are the hows? And at that moment, this big hawk swooped down and picked up this mouse and took it back to his branch and started eating it. And all of a sudden, it dawned on me. That hawk was not sitting there. Where's the mouse? Did the mouse come out? Is there anything I need to do to get the mouse? Where's the mouse? Am I going to be provided the mouse? Am I good enough for the mouse? Have I been a good hawk? Have I been a bad hawk? Where's the mouse? I don't know if I passed the test to actually get the mouse. No, no, this is not how it works. The universe always provides, because the universe is also the hawk. The universe is also you. The universe can't be divided against you, because the universe will be divided against itself. The universe is always going to proliferate you, because the universe can expand itself fuller through you. It can't be divided against you. That's duality. That's not unity. And so, it's always a symbiotic relationship. And it hit me watching this hawk just be in perfect peace and be blessed by the universe, just hanging out on its branch, knowing that it'll come, waiting on the right time, boop, got it, eating, he's been provided for. And then what was interesting, I walked a little bit, and there was this like a little street sign. It's one of those red and white no parking signs that are real small, but this big hawk just decided to sit on top of it. And he's just looking at me. We were pretty close. He didn't fly away. And he's just looking at me. And I got the understanding that this was a spirit guide. And so what got very interesting is as I, went back to California and I'm trying to make this transition from mortgages to YouTube. And, before the YouTube took off and the coaching took off, anytime I would see appearances in the physical that were to the contrary of what I was wanting, here comes this hawk in a very blatant way. I would walk outside of my balcony. As soon as I get out there, it almost flies in front of my face. Or I'm out walking and he's circling directly above my head. Now you have an entire endless sky. Why are you circling just above my head? So some of these things are very blatant, and that's the universe letting you know, keep doing what you're doing, keep showing up, keep putting one foot in front of the other. You're vibrationally aligned to experience what it is that you're wanting to experience. Don't pay attention to the physical appearances to the contrary, because those physical appearances are just the effects of old thoughts, old survivalistic thoughts. Why isn't it showing up? You had some old survivalistic thoughts that are manifesting today. Your spirit guides, source, the universe, whatever kind of labels makes you feel warm and fuzzy, want you to reach where you're trying to go, because source can expand through and as you to a much greater degree, and then light everyone else's light as source having a physical experience that is involved with you, that has some type of a link with you. It's very symbiotic. So the universe always has your back. So whenever things don't appear in the physical the way that you want them to be, close your eyes. When you close your eyes, you're not looking at the physical appearances. Sink into your heart space and then ask, what do the signs say? What do the signs say? The signs are what you are vibrationally aligned to experience. You're vibrationally, so, for example, I saw 888 3 times a day. 888 is hitting me over the head. Okay, well, 888 means abundance, overwhelming abundance. So if your guides are hitting you over the head with 888 or whatever number means abundance for you, then you're vibrationally aligned to experience overwhelming abundance. Just keep showing up, putting one foot in front of the other. And again, they want you to experience this. This is why they're helping you, because they get to expand and flourish through and as you to a much greater degree if you're not distracted with survival. If you're distracted with survival, you're in that closed-off resistant state. Survival is not expansion. Abundance is expansion. It's a state of receptivity. You guys may have remembered when I posted that YouTube shorts on hawk energy. And I filmed it right outside of my balcony, and it's this hawk where these crows are just dive bombing. And the message was, don't pay attention to the naysayers. Stay focused on what you want. When I look at that hawk, he's just calm, cool, collected. He's checking out, where are the mice? He's just observing. And these crows are just dive bombing. He's not affected by the naysayers. It's almost like, the lion is not concerned with the opinions of the sheep. And every time that I would, try to, post some videos and worry about the naysayers, now I see that hawk with, the crows. And if we really think about it, what's another analogy or a metaphor for that scene? You can envision yourself as that big hawk. And then these crows that are dive bombing your head that you're not paying attention to, those are the self-sabotaging thoughts of the ego. The ego, like if I was making a YouTube channel back in the day, oh, who's going to listen to you? Or, why would anybody watch your videos? Or who the hell do you think you are making a video? Those are the crows dive bombing, but I've got my eye on the prize. I'm not paying attention to the naysayers. So when you go after your dreams, you want to keep your eye on the prize and don't let the ego get in the way of the universe. Oh, woo! You feel that light, fam? Don't let your ego get in the way of the universe. I love it. So if you are standing in survival, fight or flight, the universe can't work through and for you because you're in a closed off state of resistance and you're not present to get the subtle signs. If your mind is off in the future, fear-mongering and anxiety, you're not going to see the signs that say that you are on the path to accomplish what you need to accomplish. I can tell you guys right now, if I had given in to the fear, if I had given in to the ego and taken this the safe route, you guys would never see me. You would have no idea who Lightways is. The universe is confirming that. We had some fire alarm stuff earlier this morning. I thought it was over, but I guess it's not. They're testing it, unfortunately, in the middle of my stream. Is that really loud, guys? Is that bleeding through really loud, or is it just kind of in the background? Let me click mute so you guys aren't blinded by that sound. All right, so it's in the background. It's not bad at all. It's not loud at all. Okay, cool. All right, so this is where we're the hawk, right? I got my eye on doing this live stream. We got some technical difficulties. We got some fire alarms. We got some weird lighting going dark and light. I got my eye on the prize, so we're going to do this live stream and we're going to knock it out of the park. So my point is, guys, if I had followed the fear-mongering of my ego and taken the safe route, you guys would never have seen me. You would not know who I am. You guys would not be getting empowered by my videos or my coaching. And so this raises a very big question. What gifts, talents, and abilities do you have that you're not blessing the world with because you're listening to fear? Let that sink in. Stop and think about your gifts and talents and abilities and how that could really bless a lot of people, help a lot of people, or just allow you to stay in your peace and maybe be a better father, or be a better mother, or be a better spouse, or be a better team leader at your job, or a better business owner leading all of your employees. So if you listen to the fear and the self-sabotage, you're robbing everyone involved with you of those gifts, talents, and abilities by staying in a survivalistic state. Does that resonate with you guys? This fire alarm. I'm back in the dark. I'm doing shadow work, guys. Oh, man. I'm sure the people on the replay are going to be like, what in the actual is that in the background? Let's see here. The ego's trying to get in the way of the universe. It is. Fire alarm because we're on fire. Alright, so ignore the bell, we can hear you. Awesome. Did a live on Facebook. 2 people told me I should do the same thing on here. YouTube. Yeah, definitely. Follow your dreams. I'm in the shadow. Yes, it does. Alrighty. Maybe I should look outside to see if there are any fire trucks. Okay, no fire trucks. Just had to make sure. Alrighty. Alright guys, so the next thing that I want to talk about in regards to having an abundance mindset, make sure that you heal any trauma surrounding worthiness or being worthy. You guys have heard me say several times that the universe is going to bring you what you believe you're worth, not what you want. So you got to make sure that that self-worth is at an absolute high level. And this is, again, where going within, sinking into your source identity, understanding your source, having a physical experience. Source is invaluable. You couldn't be worth more if you tried. And taking that as your identity, this is going to get your self-worth to where it needs to be. So this is, again, where shadow work is worth its weight in gold. If you have any issues around self-worth, this will definitely affect an abundance mindset, and abundance sharing the same space with you, because again, the universe is going to bring you what you believe you're worth. So do that inner work. Go back in childhood, try to see were there any situations in childhood where you felt you weren't valued or you didn't feel worthy, and then try to work on healing that. Have some self-worth practices and just love yourself. And as that self-worth starts to rise, you'll notice that it's easier to step into a flow state of abundance because you believe you're worthy of it. Does that resonate? This frickin' alarm. You're on fire and the shadow is trying, but nope, you can't stop this 4-alarm fire. It can't stop us. We're going to keep going. Oh, man. All right. So the next little part that I wanted to talk about, how to have an abundance mindset. Now, this is another thing that you want to do. You want to open, ground, heal, and balance your root chakra. Now, the root chakra is all about safety, and it's also the energetic house of your inner child. But the root chakra also holds your tribe's beliefs. So your primary caregivers, your social group that raised you, their beliefs are housed energetically in your root chakra. So if they have limiting beliefs like money doesn't grow on trees, money's the root of all evil, you gotta work hard to get money, it's easier for a camel to get through the eye of a needle than a rich man to get into heaven. If you have all of this negativity surrounding money, number one, money's not going to share the same space with you, because nobody wants to be an uninvited house guest, including money, right? So why would money share the same space with you if you have a negative opinion of it? But your tribe's beliefs are in your root chakra. So one of the things that you can do when you're starting to balance and heal the root chakra, there are several guided meditations on YouTube. The Bija mantra for the root chakra, so in other words, the tonality that the root chakra is intoned with is LAM, LAM, LAM. And so there's several guided meditations on YouTube for the root chakra where there's a lot of Tibetan monks that are all in chorus saying LAM, and you can listen to that in your headphones. And as you're listening to that, you're envisioning this huge red sun coming out of your root chakra, and it's spiraling. And you've got the intention of grounding, opening your root chakra. Now, everything is consciousness, including the cells of your body, including your chakras. So your chakras respond to your intention. So when your intention is, I am grounding my root chakra, I give thanks that my root chakra is powerful and grounded and balanced and open, your root chakra responds to that intention while you're listening to that Bija mantra for the root chakra, LAM. Now, the next thing you want to do is you want to see what limiting beliefs your tribe taught you that are in your root chakra. So this is where you're going to sit down with a piece of paper and a pen or type it out. What beliefs no longer serve you? What do you no longer believe in? And they can be beliefs about money, about life in general, religion, the universe, anything. So an example would be, I am healed from the belief that money doesn't grow on trees. And then you're going to write out why you no longer believe that money doesn't grow on trees. Because, abundance is an energy current and it's identity. It's not pieces of paper or whatever makes sense for you. So I am healed from the belief that money doesn't grow on trees, or money is the root of all evil, or whatever it is, because, and then you're going to take that because, while you no longer believe it, and make that your new belief. I believe I am absolute abundance. I believe that absolute abundance is my birthright or my spiritual DNA. However you want to put it, but those new beliefs are going to now be infused in your root chakra. So as you're seeing your root chakra as this big red sun, you're hearing LAM, you're now giving the new belief, I am absolute abundance. I have abundance in all areas of my life. I have an abundance of love. I am absolute love. I am absolute health. I am eternal. I am source. I am limitless. These are the new beliefs that you're going to have in your root chakra that are going to, you're going to release with love the old limited beliefs that no longer serve you. And those beliefs don't even need to be something that was verbally said about money, but maybe you just witnessed your parents always fighting over money, or maybe your dad was always stressed over money, or maybe when you were a kid you had to move out of the school district where you wanted to and you had to go to the bad area school district. Those types of things when you're very young gets into the root chakra, and it becomes a subconscious belief that you're not abundance, you're not worthy of abundance. So clearing and balancing the root chakra definitely helps to alleviate that. I'm amazed I'm keeping my concentration through this through this bell. This is crazy. Did you guys did that resonate with you guys? Oh, back in the shadow. Standing in the shadows. Watching the world go by. Lisa says, you rock. Thank you, Lisa. Hey, Latasha, good to see you. That was my sign. I'm on the right track. Nice. While phone got out wrong twice, did slits. Okay. Lisa says, I no longer believe money makes people snobs. I now believe I deserve and am abundance in all things. I am love. I am limitless. Love flows through me. Yes, absolutely. New belief takes 8 to 30 days to be absolute and to manifest. Be very careful putting hard black and white rules together, because that now becomes your reality, and the universe will always mirror back to you your belief. Energy doesn't have a time. You can manifest immediately depending on how much you believe it. And the thing about manifestation is it's the feeling from the heart. So it's emotions, energy in motion. That's the real catalyst. The mind is able to set the intention of what it wants and to get the awareness of what you're trying to get. But when you put emotion behind it, that's the turbocharge, and that's when things can happen very fast. So just be careful putting hard and fast rules on the infinite. Katrina, definitely, you were staying remarkably calm. I am. I'm surprised that this thing is still going, by the way. It's very obnoxious. All right, let's see here. Okay. So you guys probably saw a couple of the YouTube shorts that I did on the abundance mindset test. Now, the first one was, if you're able, thank goodness. Can I get back to my stream now? All right. Serenity now. All right. So one of the YouTube shorts that I did was an abundance mindset test. So if you're able to let go of an opportunity that comes to you, whether it be financial or romantic, if you're able to let it go because it doesn't resonate with your heart, it doesn't resonate with your soul, if you're able to let it go and remain in perfect peace and still feel whole, complete, not like you're losing something, then that is an abundance mindset. The scarcity mindset believes that it has to take every opportunity that comes to survive and to be completed. And this is a scarcity mindset. So when things don't resonate, and you've been doing the inner work to go within and sink into that identity of wholeness, completeness, sovereignty, perfection, when external things come and go, it doesn't affect your peace, it doesn't affect your sovereignty, it doesn't affect your sense of wholeness and completeness, because that comes from within. It doesn't come from without. So this is an abundance mindset. Now I did a second YouTube shorts that I also posted on TikTok, an abundance mindset test. And you guys probably saw it. That's where I was asking, are you the type of person that has to roll the toothpaste as tight as it will go just to get to the little 2 drops of toothpaste that are left? Is that a scarcity mindset, or is that an abundance mindset? Well, I didn't get too much pushback on YouTube because the Light Fam is obviously spiritually advanced. TikTok, however, TikTok is very 3D. So this really offended a lot of people. It offended a lot of people that prided themselves on being thrifty and frugal and not being wasteful and all of this stuff. And so the comments I were getting is, it's not abundance or scarcity. It's being a good steward over what God has blessed me with, you know. And it was something to the effect of, they had to be grateful for that toothpaste, otherwise God wouldn't give them more toothpaste or something, And then some were saying, it's not scarcity or abundance. It's just not being wasteful. And I beg to differ, because there's a difference between not being wasteful and allowing scarcity to fear you into petty actions. Squeezing it as tight as it will go to get those last two drops is a scarcity, petty mindset. Now, if that's the last tube of toothpaste that you have in the house, and it comes down to either cutting that thing open and, scraping it out with your toothbrush, or not brushing your teeth, yeah, do your thing. Cut it open, get those last two drops. But, if the fear of scarcity is pushing you into very petty acts that are unconscious, by the way, I made that short to just call people's attention to what they're already doing on an unconscious level. That's hardwiring in the concept of scarcity. That's why I made the thumbnail for this, "Scarcity is a Lie." There's a lot of things that people do unconsciously that just drive home that scarcity mindset. At the end of the day, how is your life going to change if you leave those two drops of toothpaste in the tube? Now I understand if you're really in a hardcore survival situation and you need those last two drops, I get it. But the thing is, there's a lot of people that are not in a situation where they need those last two drops, and they're doing these very petty actions to get those last two drops. And I bring that to your attention because I want everyone to stop and think about what is it that they're doing that's subconscious. They don't even realize they're doing. I got a lot of this. Oh, well, my parents taught me the value of $1. They taught me how to, do this, and they passed that down. And so it becomes their identity, valuing $1 and being thrifty and frugal. That's an identity. And, as soon as you attack someone's identity, scarcity or not, they go into fight or flight, and they just try to defend their identity instead of opening their ears and listening to what you're trying to say, which, if they actually listen, it might help them. But that's a different story. But there's so many subconscious things. Like, let's say that you're in the grocery store and there's two products, and one product is literally 2 cents cheaper. Now, you're not in a survival situation where that 2 cents is going to make a difference, but you definitely need to, it's like getting the other one that's 2 cents, more expensive, is like this fight or flight type of thing. Now, again, if you're in a very rough situation, yes, get the cheaper one. But a lot of people are not in that situation, and they're still doing very survivalistic scarcity behaviors that's wiring in the thought of scarcity. So they're doing a lot of mantras about abundance. They're doing a lot of identifying as abundance, but the actions are saying scarcity. So I bring that to your attention to just take inventory of your subconscious actions where you might be crossing the line into a scarcity mindset. And one of the reasons that I did the toothpaste scenario, the YouTube shorts and the TikTok, was because this is something Wayne Dyer talked about. Wayne Dyer's parents were raised in the Depression era, and so he had this depression mentality. And he was talking one day where he's in his house in Maui, and he's rolling up this toothpaste as tight as it will go just to get those last two drops. And he stopped and said to himself, what am I? I'm a multi-million-dollar best-selling author. Why am I rolling up toothpaste for 2 freaking drops, right? So now he was, he's passed now, but he was very spiritually mature, and he didn't cling on to the identity he was raised with. He was raised with the Depression era identity. Well, my parents taught me this, the value of $1. He was spiritually mature enough to let that nonsense go and step into his identity as abundance. So I give that analogy to just, ask you guys to take inventory of what you're doing that may be hardwiring in a scarcity mindset. Is that resonating with you guys? Let's see. Mine is manifested the clouds. Fear doesn't resonate with me. No, it's not being wasteful. I beg to differ. The last two drops, you know. And why do you believe that you don't need to be wasteful? If you were on the beach and you had a handful of sand, would you believe that the sand in your hand needs to be saved? You don't be wasteful with the sand in your hand. It's abundance. Abundance is everywhere. You don't need the last two drops, I promise you. All right. All right. I wanted to give you guys a technique. This is a technique that I used a few years ago, and it works wonders. And if you're in the situation where you need money and you need to be one with money and you need to identify as money, this is a great meditation. So you're in meditation, you're calm, you're centered. And then what you want to do is you want to envision the room being filled with all these $100 bills or whatever your currency in your country is. And you're connected to each one of these $100 bills as an extension of yourself. They're all just a part of yourself, and they're just all coming home to roost. And you see these $100 bills coming into your energy body, into your body temple, into your chakras, and they're just filling up every fiber of your being, every fiber of your existence. And you're just filled with all of these $100 bills until you see in your mind merging with the definition of absolute abundance. Now, the thing about this, again, once you get the money, you're going to move out of survival, and then it's no longer going to be about the money. You're going to move more into that love frequency. But if you can use this for anything, you can use this for love, you can use this for happiness, this type of visualization where you're seeing your definition of love or your definition of happiness. Maybe they're little orbs of light. If you're trying to, what does love look at? Well, maybe they're little, I don't know what color is love, red or pink or something, little orbs of light. And you just want to view them as extensions of you. And then they all come into your energy body and just fill you up, and you're just beaming with love, or you're beaming with happiness, you're beaming with health. Maybe you need some health today. You're just seeing these little orbs of white light. That's absolute divine health, and that's filling you up. So whatever it is that you need, take that into your energy body, take that into your aura, take that into your chakras, take that into your body temple. Fill every fiber of your being of your existence in every dimension where you exist. Declare it right now that you are it, and make that your identity. And when you practice this repetitively throughout a daily basis, it allows you to step on the same frequency as what it is that you're trying to identify as: abundance, love, health, joy, happiness, whatever. I also have a guided meditation on abundance that has been very popular. It's also in the description of this video. And it works. Trust me. It's funny. I can't count how many people have done a discovery call with me and then kind of felt like they couldn't afford my coaching. But then they download my abundance meditation, and then a few weeks later, hey, I got the money. I've got all this abundance. Okay, cool. Let's work together. So it definitely works, guys. So download the free meditation on abundance. It's a guided meditation. And then try that abundance technique that I just mentioned. Is that resonating with you guys? Absolutely. I don't squeeze the toothpaste. I just throw it out when it gets difficult. There you go. There's a line that you don't feel like crossing because I live in abundance, whatever. I'm in the darkness. All right, guys. Sorry, I wasted the first 15 minutes. What questions do we have? Any questions on an abundance mindset? Yes, resonates beautifully, says Mickey Butler. How are you, Mickey? Good seeing you, my friend. Patricia says truth. Thank you, Patricia. I appreciate you. Any questions on an abundance mindset? Lisa, I'm not necessarily speaking about toothpaste. I'm using it as a metaphor, but truly I've noticed when I put out just everything I haven't used in the past month, it feels great. Yeah, there's a huge energetic space that opens when you declutter. There's a lot of power in decluttering. And there's actually a pretty big decluttering movement that I'm starting to see pop up on YouTube and the different platforms. So decluttering is very powerful. Been having dreams of being lost and trying to find my way home lately. What type of meditation gets you out of that mindset? A meditation to change your dreams. Well, if you're having dreams like that, it's because that's what's on your mind. So more calm and peace would be the solution. This is why I can't overstate the importance of meditation. When you're sinking into your heart space, your heart already knows intuitively and feels intuitively the truth about what your ego is fear-mongering about. So the ego has all of these worries, but the heart knows the truth. When you sink into your heart space and ask your heart, what is the truth? What's going to happen to me? Have I always been taken care of, provided for? Yeah. Okay. Why would that change? Have I always made it out alive? Have I died yet? Have I always been taken care of and provided for? And if the heart says yes, tell the ego its opinion is not wanted here. That's just what it is. You can also try deep breathing techniques. The thing about the breath is it helps to center you into the present moment. So you can hold for 5, exhale for 5, hold for 5, exhale for 5. Cleansing. You can get out in nature. You can sound cleanse. You can shower cleanse. You can listen to guided meditations on calmness, peaceness, serenity. There's a billion things you can do. Just get creative. Alaya, I hope I'm saying that right. P.S. It's been a while. Great seeing you, Dave. Great seeing you as well, my friend. Thank you. Decluttering of everything from people to things is the mind. Yes. Let go of the ones that have let go of you. Make space for the ones that you want. All right, guys. We're a little over, and I'm willing to go a little over because I really